Alright guys, welcome back to another Warframe Done Efficiently Max Out episode. Today we are going to be starting on the first suggested frame, which actually came in the first week of this series. So yeah, we're going to be looking at Garuda. We do have Yoreli lined up as well. That was also a suggestion. So she'll be coming in next week. But for this week, we are looking at Garuda, which was a request from someone in the comments section. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll throw on Are You Ready? Last week, we went through Revenant, Sinter, Vacor, Marlock, and the Sampotes. So yeah, let's go ahead and throw on Garuda. So do I have... I think I have removed the assist on this, yeah. So that's nice. So first things first, let's go ahead and install ourselves our Orokin Reactor. Now, if we take a look at Garuda's abilities, she is a very kind of melee, I guess, based frame. We've got Seeking Talons, which is going to be slash damage. We've got Bloodletting, which is going to help us clear status effects. We've got Blood Altar, which is going to impale an enemy on some talons, and we're going to siphon health from them. And we've got Dread Mirror, which, yeah, basically allows us to charge up a large projectile, and it also allows us to insta-kill enemies from 40% HP, which is quite nice. And then she has a passive as well, which increases her damage with each enemy that she kills to a maximum of 100%. So, yeah, basically, we just want to be killing loads and loads and loads of enemies. But, yeah, we can't, unfortunately, with Duviri, make use of her talons, because we're going to get forced to use a melee weapon, which really sucks. I really wish they would let you enter Duviri without one of these weapons, because for reasons like this, where, you know, some frames might benefit from it. Garuda actually is the only one I can think of off the top of my head. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, we're going to build probably just for melee on this build anyway, and probably maybe Dread Mirror, I guess, is what we're gonna go for. Yeah, we'll get on with it. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and start the episode with the usual format. We'll go ahead and get her nice and formed up and fully ranked. We'll keep Steel Charge on there since we are going to be doing a melee build, as it were. And then we'll need to think about maybe what ability we're going to sub on and where we're going to sub it on to. Yeah, lots of stuff to think about. So I'm going to go ahead, guys, and crack on with that. And then I will catch you in a second. Alright, guys. So Garuda is now finished up. I think it's a 3-former build. I suppose I could have gone one more and fit something a bit beefier on here. Perhaps maybe if you've got Constitution, you could put that on there instead of Alga Message. Just get a tiny bit more duration. But yeah, this is what I've kind of settled on. I've played around with it a bit. I do have Nourish on my second currently, but I'm thinking I'm going to swap this out, to be honest. It's what I find with Nourish is that in the Steel Path circuit, it's just too good almost, because whenever you get like Close Contagion, which is the decree that allows status effects to spread between enemies, this kind of stuff is just insanely powerful. So it's kind of I always want to put it on, but I think with Garuda there might be some scope for some different abilities to put on here. So fingers crossed, I might find something in the future. But right now, out of all of my subsumed abilities that I can choose from, Nourish is just the best one for Steel Path Circuit. I'm sure it'll probably get nerfed at some point, but yeah, for the time being, it is just too good. But yeah, essentially what this build is going to revolve around is not dying, just staying alive. You can see how I've got Quick Thinking on and Prime Flow. Our energy is all the way up at 800. And if we ever start running low on that, we do have Arcane Energize on, and our Bloodletting also allows us to clear status effects and generate energy. So realistically, as long as our health stays up decently high, we should be able to just live forever. So yeah, that's the plan with this build. It might be worth at some point maybe swapping out Guardian with Grace, or maybe even what is it? There's one more in here that's decent for this, and is it Phantasm? No. Victory, yeah. On headshot kill, 75% chance for plus 3% health regen for 9 seconds. That might be worth doing. I don't know. I'll have to play around with it a bit until I'm happy with it. But for now, I'm going to roll with it and see what we can get out of it. Thief's Wit I've got on just so I can maybe see the whatever they're called, the resource piles that drop in the circuit, the Undercroft, whatever it's called. It's getting a bit late here. Sorry, I'm quite tired. So yeah, there's what we're going with. In terms of weapons as well, I have gone through and pulled out some of the ones that I want to go with this week. So we have the Incarnon upgrade now on the Braton Prime. We still need to get it over to Evolution 4, and I think the path I'm going to take is going to focus largely on status. So yeah, maybe we'll do... I mean, do we get... We might need to change around a few things here, but we'll see. Increase accuracy and reduce recoil by 60%. That might be worth doing, I think. And then on the last one, we'll probably go with the increased critical chance by 10% and increased status chance by 14%. You can see our status chance is up there at 41.6%. I do have Malignant Force on, but it's 26% either way. So yeah, it's definitely going to be worth maybe going for a status build on this, I'm thinking. And maybe we'll get our hands on Galvanized Aptitude as well, which I still haven't bought for whatever reason. And then Tenet Detron as the secondary, another Tenet weapon. Just giving me the excuse to put a load of former on it. We will go into some of the Incarnon secondary weapons that have been released recently. But yeah, for now, we're just going to roll with this. I've seen this pop up quite a few times in the weapon rotations. So yeah, I thought I'd just go ahead and make a build for it. It's about time anyway. It is a very good weapon. So yeah, we're going to roll with that. And then in theme with previous episodes, we are going to be using another Duviri melee weapon, which in this case is going to be the Azothane, which is, I think, it's two-handed Nakana, maybe? Or heavy sword, I don't know. But either way, it looks kind of cool with Garuda. So yeah, that is what we are going to roll with, guys. So I'm going to go ahead now, get all of these ranked up as per the usual format. And then following that, once we've gone through all the builds, we'll go ahead and make our Garuda look nice and pretty. So yeah, I will see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so we've finished up the weapons. Here is our Braton Prime 8 former build. Now, I am going to be re-rolling this. It's not a great Riven mod right now. Status chance and fire rate fine, but the puncture on the Braton isn't great. I would rather get slash, to be honest, so meh. And also no negative, so yeah, we will be re-rolling that a lot more. I just need to get together, obviously, either the Steel Essence or whatever to re-roll that. But, you know, for the purposes of the video, this is kind of what we're looking at. I will aim for a multi-shot damage Riven here, I think. Potentially with crit? I don't know. I mean, if it was crit chance, crit damage, then we'd be able to put together a kind of combo build, I guess. But for now, this build absolutely shreds. So, yeah, I do want to give this a test run in Duviri if possible. We'll have to wait, though, and see if it pops up. But yeah. Really, really nice build on that. Here is the Detron build as well. This one only taking 4 former. Obviously, we can get this up to, you know, rank 40 if we wanted to. And technically, you could swap this and this around and not need another former. But if I did that, then I wouldn't have the elements that I want here. So I've got Heat on, Radiation, and Viral. I think there is a... Oh, no, it wasn't on here, actually. I mean, we could maybe try and get Cascadia empowered. Oh, here it is. Cascadia Flare. On heat status effect, plus 2% damage for 10 seconds, and it stacks up to 80%. So that might be an option in the future. We'll have to see. If I can get that one maxed out, then definitely something to try out on this build. But for now, it's just going for multi-shot and just raw damage with as many different elements as possible. Because with Galvanized Shot, we get an extra 40% direct damage per status effect. Per status type affecting the target for 14 seconds. So important to have three different things on here to get the most out of this. Yeah, that's kind of it for this one. And then for our Azothane, just a 3 former build again. Yeah, just basically going for crit chance, crit damage, another very high crit chance, crit damage weapon. So was a nice and easy, straightforward pick. I've also put in primed reach on this one, given that the blade is pretty big and it can reach pretty far. We got 6.2 range on this, so yeah, pretty damn good. And that's kind of it, guys. So yeah, we're gonna do another cut. We'll bring ourselves back. We'll see how good looking we can make our Garuda. So yeah, give me 1 second. Oh yeah, I'm liking the look of this now. And the sword as well. It works quite nicely here. And the color scheme is pretty good as well. Oh. I've actually included the prime details as well this time. They do clutter up a bit, but I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, let's run through what we're using here. So usual color scheme on my other build. So we've got the black, the red with the white and the silver accents. And then emissive energy on orange. Not really bothered about the rest. And sigil-wise, we've got our clan emblems. We've got, what is it? The static reactor prime sigil. I would have put this the other way round, but these kind of cloth drop bits are, yeah, the sigil kind of overlaps them, and it just looks rubbish. So I've inverted it and flipped it up. I haven't put a chest plate on because there wasn't really one that worked well with the build, so I've just put on the Nariman badge for now because it's kind of simple and yeah, bit of a flex really. So yeah, we've got ourselves, what else we got here? The Garuda Successor skin. This is a Tenogen skin, and we've also got a Tenogen Syandana as well. We're using the Dominus Syandana on this build, which I really like. It's actually a Syandana I use quite a lot on my other builds. It doesn't clip, not too much, only with itself really. And it kind of works nicely as well with these little details on Garuda's kind of head and also her arms, where you've got these kind of dropping banner bits. So yeah, I think it looks good. And it also has these bladey bits as well that fit in with the talons. And then for the armor here, we've got ourselves the red fail armor plates, kind of. And they work again because they got blades on them, so they look really nice. And then we've got the Alastorn leg plate. So that's these things hanging off of the legs that you can see. These are actually part of a Valkyr premium skin bundle. That's where you get those from. And smoking body ephemera, just to obviously, you know, make ourselves smoke. In fact, I might even just take off the ephemera. Just go for the clean look. I don't think it's worth having it on there. Maybe when we get some better ephemeras from Liches and Sisters and so forth, maybe we can put one back on her. But yeah, I think she just looks clean as is. If we take off the prime details, by the way, I'll just show you what that looks like. It's a bit simpler. Similar to what Zephyr looked like, although Zephyr was much more cluttered and crowded with the prime details on. I think Valkyr works. It just looks nicer, I think. The prime detailing is done much better. So yeah, that is what we are working with, guys. I don't think I've missed anything else. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Obviously clan emblems on the shoulder as well. I think I said that. So yeah, that's Garuda, guys. It's looking nice. I'm very happy actually with how this one turned out. It's very satisfying to look at. So we're going to now try, as per usual, to get her in the circuit, or one of the weapons in the circuit at least, that we can show off. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a second. Alright guys, so we have ourselves the Revenant from last week. I think it was last week, I'm losing track now. And also the Braton Prime has popped up. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and grab that. Just by the way, I did re-roll this a bit more. You can see now that we have crit chance and punch through with negative max ammo. It's not a huge deal, the max ammo. I'm hoping that by having the rifle ammo mutation on, we will avoid running out. It's kind of an issue, but I think we'll be fine. So let's just go ahead and throw on some other random bits and bobs here. I don't think we need to worry too much about it. Maybe we'll take... let's take Fusilite, actually. Yeah. So this will just be a quick bit, obviously, to see how this weapon now fares. I think it should be fairly interesting. We'll see, though. So we're now at the point of this where it's just kind of ridiculous. I really don't have to do much, and everything dies now, and I think I could probably just carry on like this forever. So yeah, we'll skip forward now until we've got ourselves the frame that we want. All right, guys, here she is, our fancy-looking Garuda. I think what I'm going to try out here is maybe leave the melee weapon blank and see if we get the claws just, you know, by default. I think that'll probably be
Probably be a wise decision. Let's see what happens. We've also got Zephyr available to us on this one as well, which we've obviously already done. And weapons-wise, I have the Kuva Shakur, which I do not have a build for. But I also have the Tenet Detron, which I very much do have a build for. So, yeah, we'll be using that for this. So, without further ado, let's hop in, see if we get ourselves given a melee weapon. No, we don't. Okay, so we can use the claws. Interesting. Okay. Maybe we'll try that out a bit. But yeah, otherwise, guys, I'll just carry on with this till we get to a decent level, and then cut you guys back in. So I'll catch you in a second. Alright, guys, so probably worth just showing this off real quick, because it is kind of funny. But yeah, using Nourish on this with Close Contagion, like the Decree, and then using our 4th ability for defense missions, is very, very good at kind of just clearing out the masses. We've obviously got our Tenet Detron here as well, which is doing work. And because it can pierce walls as well, we don't have to worry about, you know, being in a particularly good spot. I'm just basically using the map to figure out where I need to launch my my missiles. But yeah, this is still fairly early on, obviously, so I'm gonna keep going for a bit, and we'll cut back in when, like I said, we're at a bit higher level. All right, guys, so we're a bit further along here, and in survival now. And one thing I should note, although Garuda's first only blocks damage in one direction. That was from my 1, by the way, that is happening. That what you're seeing there is just from my first ability dealing damage and spreading status. But yeah, you can, you know, make enemies group up in front of you. There are places on each of the tile sets where they, you know, have to come at you from a single direction. So this is one of them. And you can do this on Exterminate and Survival, and it's particularly good for Garuda, obviously because she can block damage from one direction and basically make her invulnerable to everything from that direction. And also, yeah, her 4th ability, still very good at just clobbering enemies. Even on Steel Path, where right now the enemy level is up at, what, 250 or something? The slash procs are just mega. So, you know, she is a very, very good option. I think she's overlooked a lot because some frames can do the job like better than she can, but I think in this case she is very good. In fact, for clearing defense missions as well. Defense missions are usually like the most tedious thing to do on solo, but with her 4th ability and the fact that we have so much energy as well, and we can just keep gaining energy using our 3rd, it's like, it's very, very fast. So she's definitely a viable pick. Let's keep it going a little longer, I think, and then we'll do a quick regroup back at the Orbiter. Alright, guys, so we're now back around to the next defense mission, and this is usually where things start getting a bit dicey. But I have found, I didn't really think about this, to be honest. I probably should have done because it's fairly obvious, but because Garuda's 3rd obviously uses health to keep our energy up, we then have our 4th ability, which uses a lot of energy, but pretty much just kills everything. But also there's a decree that allows you to, see, like this one, inflicting a status effect restores 40 health. And our 4th ability provides guaranteed slash procs, which will restore our health to full. So we have this endless cycle of just killing, getting health, getting energy, killing, and then round and round again. Now, this is going to be dicey, I think, at this level, particularly with a frame that can't kind of distract the enemies. But we'll give it a go nonetheless. So we should just be able to spam this. And clear out the enemies, hopefully before they're able to deal any real significant damage to the defense point. And we don't have to worry about using our 1st in this case anymore because we're going to be immortal anyway whilst we are charging and using our 4th ability. Okay, so the first round went pretty well. Let's keep it going now and see if we can get through to round 5 without losing. Even if my health did get low, my my energy would absorb, you know, any fatal damage, and I've got a lot of energy. So I'm never gonna die. I'm dealing stupid amounts of slash damage, and I'm clearing defense missions and, you know, these kind of objectives very, very quickly. So yeah, right now I'm very much enjoying this one. This is a really good one. Thank you to whoever suggested this. Let's go with... We don't need that, really. We'll just do the headshot one, I think. I think our 4th ability can headshot as well, which obviously adds more damage, because I've seen it apply Toxin, which obviously only applies when I get a headshot. That's the decree that I've got. Oh, I guess I missed one on the last rotation, huh? Oh well. Right, so yeah, I think I've kind of proven my point, guys. I mean, this could go on forever. We're nearly at level 1000 now. I don't see why I couldn't just keep going with this, because the damage is just going to scale. It's pretty nice. I mean, I've been going for a while now. And yeah, she's very fun. She doesn't die. She does a lot of damage. She can clear out swathes of enemies with ease. So definitely, probably one of my favorite picks so far, actually. Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I'll catch you guys back in the orbiter once we are done. Alright guys, so we are done now with this one, and I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favourite one so far. I think Garuda might be my new favourite frame for doing this. She's so much faster, actually, at doing it than the other frames, just because her 4th ability wipes out, you know, level 1000 enemies on this, like, instantly. So you can do defense missions, excavation missions, exterminate missions like super, super fast with her. And yeah, you don't have to worry about dying at all. She's just an absolute monster. So yeah, if you haven't got yourself a Garuda build for Steel Path Circuit, I would highly recommend it. Especially if you're playing it on solo. I think that's the one thing I would say. If you're playing this on solo, definitely get your hands on this this frame, because yeah, she's a bit of a beast there. But yeah, let's kind of just go over quickly. We'll summarize. Here's the build we used for Garuda. Here's the build for our Braton Prime. There's the Riven mod we ended up with. Our Tenet Detron, which didn't pop up, but this is what we're up against here, or what we're using. And then the Azothane right here we also didn't get to use, but that's the build that we had for that. And yeah, generally speaking, I mean, in conclusion, again, Garuda, probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite now, for Steel Path Circuit. Very glad that I used her. She's just an invincible killing machine. So what I would suggest, if you do happen to get Garuda as your rotation, the kind of decrees that you want to look for, definitely focus on status. If you can get double status damage, then that's a must. If you can get close contagion, the one that has like a 50% chance to spread status effects between enemies, that's also a must. Really, really important couple of decrees there that will highly, highly, highly help you out with this. And it's worth noting as well that obviously with Nourish, you apply viral to your attacks, which does include your 4th ability, and that's going to spread between enemies as well. So it's just insane damage. Yeah, really, really happy with how this turned out. Happy with how she looks as well. Very, very nice. One day we'll probably have to do this and try and make use of her talons. Unfortunately, we didn't get any good melee decrees come through, so I just went with, you know, the normal stuff and tried to help out her 4th ability a bit for dealing damage on defense and so on. But yeah, I think we'll just round out the video there. She's basically a monster. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Once again, if you do have any suggestions or frames that you would like to see moving forward, then leave those down in the comments below. I would be happy to add them to the list. I already have a few lined up, so next week is going to be Urelli. Thank you again to whoever the hell left that in the comments. So we'll be making a Urelli build for next week. Why not? And then yeah, I think after that I've got, maybe, is it Trinity?
I'll have to have a look. But either way, there's a few we've got coming through. So if you guys do want to see any, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you later. Bye now.